Welcome to the Motive for Life radio show. This is Robert Christensen. Thank you so very much for joining me today. Pretty excited about today's podcast because we're going to ask 3 questions that I believe are the most important questions you can ask yourself at any given time, under any situation, under any pressure, positive or negative, whatever it is, wherever it is, whenever it is. Ask yourself these 3 fundamental questions. You will be able to navigate yourself out of any situation and level up. That's really the whole point of the work that we're doing, is to level up, increase your self-worth so that you can have the foundation of accepting the good that occurs when you level up. And this is really, really important that you understand that we are working on feeling success, that we are feeling the emotions of success, because those are uncomfortable. And often we will self-sabotage our success by not writing out the emotional turmoil that comes with going to the next level up. So this podcast is all about digging into the questions that you need to ask yourself in those situations that will help you level up, to help you level out, help you absorb the new success that you're going through. I believe we are all leveling up. Life is bringing us challenges, obstacles. It's the nature of life, but we all level up. Sometimes it doesn't feel like a level up, but believe me, when I went through some of my most difficult times, I learned the biggest lessons, the hugest lessons that gave me the courage, the motivation, the stamina necessary to go to that next level. All right, so here we go. Number 1, what do I need most right now? Think about that. What is the most important thing I need right now? To breathe, maybe some water, some food, perhaps transportation, perhaps courage, emotional stability, fortitude, confidence, just to settle down. What do I need the most? I need calmness, less drama, attention, focus. What is it that you are looking for and is the most important thing you need right now? Maybe you need money. Maybe there is a situation that it needs immediate attention by which you have to find money to either pay a bill or a debt or to get something that you promised that you said you were going to do, close a client. It's up to you to determine what the most important thing you need right at this moment. And then when you write that down and you put that down on paper, that I need right now more than anything, I need some stability. I need some courage. I'll let you know what I put down. This was this morning when I did these questions. I wanted more confidence. There were some areas in my life that I was feeling less confident about, and I wanted to be able to step into them with more confidence. And that required me pushing away some of the fears I was having around taking a next step up, a next level up. When I started finding the worthiness and the confidence to take that next level up, I found myself finding more confidence. That's what I needed at that moment. And that's what I needed most, was confidence. When you ask yourself this question, what do I need most right now? Be honest with yourself. Do you need to change a behavior? Do you need to find some resources? Do you just need to find some internal emotional fortitude to get through a very difficult situation? Park yourself on that question, because it's going to set you up for the follow-on activities that you need to do in your day or in the next week or month or whatever's coming up. But what do you need right now more than anything? Okay, number 2, second question. What is my highest good right now? What is my highest good? What is the highest calling that I can aspire to, the highest good right now? And let's make it real. Let's come back to a situation I had this morning as I was going through these questions. And what is my highest good? My highest good is serving every person I meet by elevating their self-worth. Every person that I engage or I touch or I smile at or I hug, whatever that situation may be, my motivation is to lift them up. Everything I do. So if I talk to somebody at my work, if I go and engage with somebody on this podcast, for example, if I'm going to bring a message of resiliency and self-worth and elevation, these are driving towards what I believe is my highest good. In addition to that, another part of my highest good was physical. How am I doing physically? My health, my body. My highest good there is to eat clean, moderate what I put into my body, make sure that what I'm consuming and doing with my body is of its highest good and highest purpose, because I am of no use to anybody if my body's in pain and I have illness and I don't feel good. I had to really look at what is my highest good, and there was a couple of things I needed to do. The first one was I had committed to working out with my son today. And so we met at the local gym. He did his thing, I did my thing, but we decided to come together on a little boxing, right? And now we're not punching at each other. We were just punching on a bag. I was holding the bag and he was punching into it. And it was an exceptional moment. You know, it's a father-son thing, right? And I really, really enjoyed that. He is very strong. He's 6'3", you know, he has a black belt in karate and he hits that bag pretty hard. He's just a gentle giant too, as well. And I was holding the bag and we swapped around and we really had a decent time talking about that. But I felt physically great. I felt like I had elevated myself and I was doing something for what was ultimately my highest good. And that was physically being there present moment wise, but also being there, you know, physically and exercising my body. That was really good. It was really good. I felt wonderful after that. So I elevated my worthiness there. I picked it up another level. Even if it's a little, you know, tweak of the knob, I felt better about that. And so when you ask yourself, what are you doing? Put yourself into the highest good. What is your highest good? And as you start writing down your highest good, is it with your family? Is it paying more attention to them when they're talking to you? Should you put your phone down for a period of hours during the day? One of my men in the mastermind that I'm with, we meet every Friday, had on he had a no phone zone time where he spends with his family. Is from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. every night. I know I can't get him because he won't be answering any text, any email, nothing between 5 and 9 because he wants to be there present with his family and his two girls, his wife. He's just wants to be there. And that he put down as a discipline that every day that's what he is doing. And he's executing on that. I thought that was brilliant. So think about that. Where do you want to bring in your highest good? You have to know what that is. I suggest, hey, how about mental presence? How about contributing to other people's lives? How about physically taking care of yourself? These are some things that you may want to consider. All right, our last question in the 3 most important questions you could ask yourself. The third one is what do I need to get rid of? What needs to go? What about my character, my personality, my behaviors, some of my addictions, the things that I just can't shake? What are those things that I need to let go of? What do I need to let go of? You don't have to put the whole list down. Just pick one. What is it? Something you want to change? Is it an attitude? Is it just a phrase or some language that you've been saying to yourself for so long that you resolved never to say that language about yourself again? I used to talk to myself very poorly when I was doing work on the house. I don't know where I got that. I guess I got it when I was a child. I was mumbling to myself and I was saying some very bad things like, shit, Robert, you screwed that up, or damn it. And I would be cussing at myself while I'm working on an electrical outlet of the house. My wife brought it up to me about a year and a half ago. We moved into a new house and I was doing some upgrades. It was a fixer-upper. I'd be mumbling this stuff while I'm working on it, and I had no clue I was saying these things to myself. And this was something that I just needed to get rid of. Going forward, every time I picked up a hammer or a wrench or a nail gun or worked in my wood shop, I resolved to be monitoring my language because I wanted to be rid of the criticism of the work that I was doing around the house and the construction. Inside me, somewhere deep inside me, had this negative voice that you don't do house construction or handyman work very well. I had this context around that and I wanted to change it. And that's only within the last year and a half. So, what is this, 2021? Believe me, I've been on this road of self-worth elevation for quite some time. And you still find these little rocks that when you turn over, you go, oh my God, I don't like what I see there. So that's got to go. So instead of turning the rock back over and ignoring it and pretend like that's not there, I had to ask myself, what do I need to let go of? What do I need to let go of at this moment? And what I decided to do for today, as part of these 3 questions, preparing for this, I asked myself, I said, hey, what if I let go of the outcome of the day? I let go of the outcome of who is going to listen to this podcast, whom. Leave it into the creative forces and the connective tissue between each human being and their connected hearts to decide whether or not that they want to forward this podcast on to somebody else who could benefit from these 3 questions. That was mine this morning when I was preparing for this podcast work and doing my research, that I was going to let go of this outcome ad infinitum, no matter where it goes, what is going to happen, and who it touches. As the thing to let go of, outcomes, I can't think of anything better than to let go of an outcome, because my happiness often gets, I wouldn't say trashed, but it gets derailed when I'm attached to an outcome, when it has to be my way, when it has to turn out a certain way. So if I can let go of the outcome, I'm really in a good spot. It just works out for me in such a nice way. So let's recap. The first question we want to ask ourselves is, what do I need most now? What do I need most now, more than anything, right now? Number 2, what is my highest good? Where can I apply and use myself to the highest good right now? Turn your focus away from the negative and turn it towards the positive. When you focus on your highest good, you're focusing on elevating others' self-worth as well as yours. And then lastly, what do I need to let go of now? What do I need to let go of right now? That is such a powerful question, and one that we all easily could answer. Just pick one. Doesn't have to be a list. Doesn't have to be a laundry list. We just pick one we've decided we're going to change and put a discipline around changing it. I want to thank you and really hope that you buy the book, The Bug in Our Brain. It's a book I wrote a few years ago, and it's really doing well on Amazon. It really is amazing to watch the word of mouth with The Bug in Our Brain, as it every week, every 2 weeks, it just sells a bunch more copies. And I get emails and notes and letters from people who say they really enjoy it. Please pick it up at Amazon and Kindle. Also, there's a section of the book called The Gift. The Gift is a 90-day transformation program meant to disrupt and turn over the negative language, images, and emotions around self-worth and replace them with higher, fundamental worthiness concepts across all aspects of your life, not just with your own internal voice, but how you treat clients and customers in your businesses or where you work. How do you look at your decision-making processes? How do you look at your health? How do you look at friends and families and other people in the communities and all other human beings? It really kind of rotates everywhere around in your world and will change how you see things. If you want to change your life, Do the gift for 90 days. It's free and available at motiveforlife.com. You will never be the same. Everybody who's done the gift has just been transformed. And I really, really wish that you would take that effort too. And then finally, I'm on Insight Timer. Insight Timer, there's a whole bunch of free stuff up there. If you can't do the gift and read it every day, you definitely can listen to it in the car. And there's a place where you can repeat every phrase. So what I did was I made a meditation called The Gift, and it's up on Insight Timer. Look under Robert Christensen in the Insight Timer library, and you'll find the gift. There's two of them. There's one called Uncommon Affirmations, which is put to a Native American skin drum. And it has been really, really interesting to get the feedback on that. And then I also did the gift in more of a classic form that's available up there as well. You pick your one that you want that's going to work for you. All right. Hey, I'm Robert Christensen. Good to meet you. Good to hear from you. Please send me a note. Subscribe to your favorite podcast channels, to the Motive for Life podcast. We're well past our 150th episodes. We've been doing this for about 3.5, 4 years now. Love you all. Talk to you soon. Bye. This has been a Motive for Life Productions, all rights reserved.